but does it really make sense for the Browns?
Hello and welcome to Buc-TV News. I'm Patience Williams.
And I'm Garrett Tumlin. Coming up on Buc-TV News, ETSU is preparing for its graduation ceremony.
And as we head into Dead Week, we've got all the information on how you can stress less. Buc-TV News starts now. Viewer funding is crucial to public radio stations, and ETSU's WETS-FM 89.5 needs your help. Buc-TV News reporter Kaylee Neiman gets the scoop on the WETS Spring Fundraiser campaign.
It's fundraising time at ETSU, and WETS needs your help. The radio station is seeking volunteers to help the station reach its fundraising goals. I sat down with Wayne Winkler to get the latest on WETS and its campaign.
WETS is a non-commercial public radio station. We're affiliated with National Public Radio, and we carry programs from NPR and the BBC and several other sources, as well as creating local programs. We've been on the air since 1974.
Funding at WETS is tight, and Winkler says the campaign is necessary to ensure that the station stays on the air.
We're operated by East Tennessee State University, and our funding comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, from the university, but primarily from listeners who give us contributions every year.
Last year, WETS raised over $170,000 during their spring fundraiser. They hope that this year's campaign will bring even more money than the last.
We're going to be taking calls during the week of April 23rd through the 27th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. People can call us at 888-895-WETS.
If you would like to help the station reach its goals, contact WETS to get involved. With Buc-TV News, I'm Kaylee Neiman.
Toss your cap in the air. Graduation is here. The spring 2018 class will walk the stage in the Mini-Dome next Saturday, May 5th. Graduation analyst Adrian Torres has some advice for graduating seniors.
Everything's going great. We're excited to get this rehearsal going. This year we do have a few changes. Records office in Bergen-Bassett Hall will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. starting April 30th through May 3rd, and you'll be able to pick up your regalia then. And also at the graduation rehearsal, you'll be able to pick your regalia up there.
There are two ceremonies. The first ceremony takes place at 10 a.m., which includes the College of Arts and Sciences, and the second ceremony takes place at 2 p.m. Officials are asking attendees to arrive early to allow for security checks. For more information about the event, security measures, and parking, visit ETSU's website.
ETSU's first ever LGBT Pride Festival was hosted last weekend. Campus organizations set up booths as students gathered on the first and second floors of the Culp. The festival featured food trucks and live music to celebrate gay pride and differing sexual preferences. Organizers for the festival aimed to open conversation and provide more information about the LGBT community. To get involved with the LGBT community on campus, contact the organization Saga to learn how you can show your pride.
The end of the semester is near, and ETSU is here to get you to the finish line. Dead Week, as it's called, is the week before finals and is known to cause stress for students. To relieve that stress, ETSU has planned on-campus activities to help students through Dead Week. There are countless events happening, including outdoor open climb and rappelling, study breaks with free food, music, inflatables, s'mores, and tie-dye. Also, the Division of Student Affairs has a special surprise plan to end the week. Student Activities Assistant Director Carter Warden tells us more.
So we got something special that is never going to happen again. Friday that week, we're going to have a groundbreaking for the Culp Center renovation. And there's going to be a lot of giveaways and a fun ramp run. So in other words, students are going to be doing a fun race through the Culp and outside before the ramps are torn down.
Dead Week takes place April 23rd until April 27th. For a full list of events, visit the Culp Center Information Desk.
The history of music evolution is strong and growing in our region. The Upper East Tennessee Fiddlers Convention sets out to continue the tradition. For its second year, professional musicians as well as beginners are encouraged to take part in the event's contests, concerts, and presentations. The Fiddlers Convention is a collaboration between ETSU's Department of Appalachian Studies and Rocky Fork State Park. Associate Professor Roy Andrade tells us more.
We're trying to tell a story through this musical event of what kind of tunes were played around here, what kind of style were people using to play their fiddle and their banjo, and what sort of songs were they singing.
The two-day fiddling event takes place on Saturday and Sunday, April 27th and 28th in Flag Pond, Tennessee.
Bring out your best attire. It's time to celebrate with the 2018 Summit Awards. This annual event is organized and to recognize the accomplishments of on-campus student leaders and organizations. The award ceremony is presented by ETSU Student Organization Resource Center and the Division of Student Affairs.
Recognizing all the student organizations that have put in hard work, that have contributed to campus and the community. And this award ceremony will be recognizing student organizations for their work during 2017.
The celebration kicks off at 5 p.m. next Tuesday, April 24th at the Millennium Center.
That's all we've got for campus news. Coming up is your world news, your national news, and then your sports. Thanks for being with us today.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Former First Lady Barbara Bush died at the age of 92. The former First Lady leaves behind 4 generations of families, including 2 presidents.
Kristen Holmes has a look at her life and legacy.
The matriarch of a political dynasty. Barbara Bush was one of only 2 women in American history to be both the wife and mother of a U.S. president.
America loves Barbara Bush.
Born Barbara Pierce in Queens, New York, she was 16 when she met a young man at a Connecticut country club who would change her life, George Herbert Walker Bush.
I married the first man I ever kissed. You talk about a bore. I am the world's worst.
The Bushes crossed the country to Texas and had 6 children. Their daughter Robin died of leukemia when she was just 3, a tragedy that had an enormous impact on Barbara.
My reaction was, I love every person more because of Robin.
As her husband shifted to a life of public service, Barbara Bush remained out of the spotlight until he was elected as Ronald Reagan's vice president in 1980. And 8 years later, George H.W. Bush became the 41st president. Barbara Bush loved living in the White House. As First Lady, she established a nonprofit dedicated to literacy. For George and Barbara, their 73 years together included decades of devotion.
I love you, precious, with all my heart, and to know that you love me means my life. How often I have thought about the immeasurable joy that will be ours someday. How lucky our children will be to have a mother like you.
Two of those children, George W. and Jeb, would continue a life of politics as president and governor of Florida. In or out of politics, the legacy Barbara Bush nurtured will live on through her family, children, and grandchildren.
I know that I'm the world's luckiest woman. I think if I sort of put it in a nutshell, these are the things that are important to me: faith, family, and friends.
In Houston, Texas, I'm Kristen Holmes.
Federal investigators are sorting through new evidence as they look into the emergency landing in Philadelphia involving a Southwest Airlines jet.
Meanwhile, we are learning new details on the woman behind the controls who is being praised for saving lives. Andy Rose has a closer look at the information.
Federal investigators continue to collect debris as they work to figure out what went wrong on Southwest Flight 1380.
The time from the initial event to touchdown, 22 minutes.
Minutes after taking off from New York Tuesday, the plane's engine blew apart and broke a window, forcing the Dallas-bound plane to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia.
As soon as that plane landed, it was like a, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
The NTSB is releasing new information saying the initial investigation shows one of the plane's 24 fan blades was missing.
The fatally injured passenger was seated in row 14, and so our experts have been documenting the window frame area to understand how the window came out.
Jennifer Reardon, a mother of two from New Mexico, was killed. We're also learning new details about the Southwest pilot praised for having nerves of steel. Passengers say Tammy Jo Schultz, a former Navy fighter pilot, was quick yet calm under pressure as she managed to land the damaged plane.
You could hear just everyone's sigh of relief. And, you know, of course, people are crying tears of joy.
Investigators say they interviewed the flight attendants, and a crew will meet in a few days to review data from the cockpit recorder. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
To BucTV News with your Buc weather forecast. I'm Courtney Spencer. Today's forecast is going to be clear skies with a high of 65. Now, it will be a little cold in the morning with a frost, but that's going to clear up by 10 a.m. Tonight, it's going to cool way down to 35 degrees, and the skies are going to stay clear, but it's going to be pretty chilly, so bring a jacket with you. Now for your 5-day forecast. Saturday is going to be about the same as it was today with clear skies, a high of 66 and a low of 42. Moving into Sunday, we're going to have a slight chance of rain at 20% with partly cloudy skies, a high of 65 and a low of 46. On into Monday, it's going to be a higher chance of rain at 70% and no sun in the sky. 60 as the high, 46 as the low. Into Tuesday, we're going to see a little bit more sun, but it's still a 60% chance of rain and a high of 63. That's it for your Buc weather forecast. Up next is Buc Sports.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot Top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great.
It's good. The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Trey Adams with your BucTV Sports Update. Sweeping was on the mind of ETSU baseball Tuesday night. The Bucs played host to the Tennessee Volunteers at Thomas Stadium to conclude their three-game series. The Bucs won the first of two by way of late-inning comebacks and would need another one after the Vols scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Vols pitcher Will Heflin was spotless during his outing, shutting out the Bucs through 6 innings. ETSU finally got on the board with a Caleb Longley sacrifice fly to score Aaron Mayer in the 8th and a Ben Jackson RBI in the 9th. It was not nearly enough, though, as the Vols took Game 3 6-2. ETSU starts a 3-game road stand against Tulane tonight with the first pitch at 6:30 p.m. It's tournament time for the ETSU women's tennis team. Finishing off their regular season by winning 7 out of the last 8 matches, the Bucs are looking to carry that red-hot momentum into the SoCon tournament. Led by seniors Ioana Marcassini, Alori Pereira, Melissa Escarrera, and Jade Vickers, the Bucs propelled themselves to a 2 seed with strong performances in conference play. The Bucs get tournament action started today against 7th-seeded Wofford at 3 p.m. ETSU softball looked to pull the upset against a top 10 team. The Bucs traveled to Knoxville Tuesday night to face in-state rival 7th-ranked Tennessee. After a relatively smooth first inning, the Vols warmed up the bats, scoring 7 runs in the second inning to quickly put ETSU in a hole. The Bucs earned 3 runs in the 4th and 5th innings by way of a Tiffany Lauren RBI single, a Vols fielding error that scored Emma Martindale, and a Vanessa Elliott sacrifice fly. The Bucs ultimately would not recover from the early deficit as the Vols took the victory 11-3. The Bucs are back in action tomorrow against Chattanooga. Strong late rounds helped the ETSU men's golf team to another great finish this past weekend. Highlights from the Mason Rudolph Championships included Bucs freshman Shisal Go. Go posted a final round of 1 under par on Sunday and finished tied for 12th overall. Dante Kim and Trevor Holbert also posted top 25 finishes as ETSU finished tied for 5th with Louisville. The Bucs start SoCon tournament play at the famed Pinehurst Resort in North Carolina on Sunday afternoon. The world's fastest half mile played host to the Food City 500. The NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series made its first of 2 stops at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and rain on Sunday postponed the race to a Monday finish. Early wrecks from defending series champion Martin Truex Jr. and popular driver Chase Elliott provided a recipe for how the race would go. Brad Keselowski won stage 1 and 2 while leading 67 laps on the day. Keselowski will lose his late as Kyle Busch took a late charge to the front to capture his 7th win at Bristol. Congratulations to ETSU golfers Shisal Go and Hee Ying Loy for their performances at the Mason Rudolph Championships and the SoCon Championships. They are this week's ETSU Players of the Week. As far as the NBA playoffs go tonight, the Cleveland Cavaliers travel to Indianapolis to take on the Indiana Pacers tonight. The series is tied at 1 apiece, and the game is at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Another game for you, the Boston Celtics will take on the Milwaukee Bucks at 9:30 on ESPN. Boston leads the series 2-0. As far as the NHL playoff goes, the Nashville Predators take on the Colorado Avalanche, trying to close out the series in Bridgestone. That game is at 9:30 on the NBC Sports Network. I'm Trey Adams, and that will do it for your BucTV Sports Update. When we come back, we will have your entertainment with Keith Maltbay. But first, here's your play of the day.
High fly ball hit toward left center field. Ender is on the run, to the track, to the wall, leaping try. He got it. What a catch! Ender at the last moment leaps up and takes one away from Kingery. What a play, 2 out. Timed it perfectly by not getting too close to the wall that might limit his height on the jump. I thought it was out until I saw the fans cheer.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hello and welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Keith Maltbay with your entertainment news. Audiences are bananas for Dwayne Johnson's latest action movie. In Rampage, Johnson plays a scientist who must save Chicago from an angry giant gorilla. The movie climbed to the top of the box office this weekend, grossing $34.5 million. Rampage faces stiff competition for continued box office dominance next week when Marvel releases Avengers: Infinity War on April 27th. Country came to Vegas as the 53rd Annual Academy of Country Music Awards were held this Sunday. ETSU alum Kenny Chesney opened the ceremony, hosted by music legend Reba McEntire. The top prize of the night went to Jason Aldean, who was christened Entertainer of the Year. After recovering from a traumatic fall at home last November, all eyes were on Carrie Underwood, whose emotional comeback was a highlight of the awards show. A beloved television star died this week. Actor Harry Anderson was best known to audiences for his leading role in the classic sitcom Night Court. Anderson played the eccentric judge Harry Stone, for which he received 3 Emmy nominations. The comedian and amateur magician also made multiple appearances on Saturday Night Live and starred in the original TV adaptation of Stephen King's It. The 65-year-old actor died in his Asheville home of unknown causes. Audiences are ready to return to the park as Universal Studios drops the last trailer for Jurassic World: Final Kingdom. And the newest entry in the Jurassic Park franchise, stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are back to save dinos from an impending volcanic eruption. The 2018 sequel also boasts the return of original star Jeff Goldblum. Jurassic World: Final Kingdom roars into theaters June 22nd. Netflix continues to shake up Hollywood as it announces it added 7.4 million subscribers in this year's first quarter. The streaming giant passes titans of movie and TV industry like Warner Brothers and 20th Century Fox with a market cap valued at $146 billion. Netflix's astounding growth this quarter puts it behind only Disney and Comcast in terms of market value. America is mourning the loss of R. Lee Ermey this week. The prolific actor appeared in Hollywood movies after a decade-long tenure in the United States Marines. Audiences remember R. Lee Ermey best for his Golden Globe-nominated performance in Full Metal Jacket and his voice work in Toy Story. The 74-year-old actor and veteran died in California of complications from pneumonia. That's all the time we have for entertainment this week. Up next is your Hollywood Minute with a look at a new Steven Spielberg movie.
Jump in the cockpit and start up the engines. Steven Spielberg is taking to the skies. The Hollywood Reporter says Spielberg will direct the comic book to film adaptation of Black Hawk. The movie will be based on the comic series which debuted in 1941 and follows an international group of pilots led by the titular Black Hawk in battles against the Nazis and other World War II era evildoers. It's been a big week for Kendrick Lamar. Hot on the heels of his Pulitzer Prize win, the rapper picked up 15 nominations at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards. Categories Lamar is nominated for include Top Artist, Top Male Artist, Top Rap Artist, and Top Selling Album. He is joined in several of those categories by Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars, who also picked up 15 nominations each. The 2018 Billboard Music Awards will be handed out on May 20th.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
When you die.
Here's a scary sneak peek at the upcoming horror flick Hereditary. The movie stars Toni Collette in a story about the revealing of dark ancestral family secrets and supernatural forces. The chills arrive in theaters June 8th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills, the smarts. Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Hi, welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Keith Maltbang.
And I'm Patience Williams.
You know, today's a little bit of a bittersweet day for both of us. This is our last time on BucTV News. We're about to graduate.
Yes, it's very exciting, and it's been such a pleasure working with BucTV News, and we definitely encourage anyone who's even thinking about it, definitely come out next semester, give it a try. We've got a great team going on here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us.